Now let us discuss about the impulse and conservation of linear momentum. Here we are going to discuss the cases of the collision, and during collision we talk about the linear momentum conservation just before and just after collision, because during collision some complicated impulsive forces act. That's why we talk about just before and just after collision. And we know impulse is equal to change in linear momentum. So here we can write impulse equal to change in linear momentum. And again we can say during collision impulsive force may present, in fact certainly present in the system. So here we can say if impulse is absent, there will not be any change in the linear momentum. If impulsive forces are absent, there will also not be any change in the linear momentum during collision. So we can say here, in absence of the external impulse, because internal impulses will balance each other, cancel out each other. So here we talk about the external impulse. In normal cases, we talk about the in absence of the external force, and during collision we talk about the external impulse. So here we can say in absence of the external impulse, the linear momentum just before and just after collision remain conserved. Let us discuss this situation, because during collision or while we learn about the collision cases, we need to apply the conservation of linear momentum equation frequently. So let us learn in which of the cases we can conserve the linear momentum in this direction. So let us learn the mid-air collision of two balls. You can observe here this bigger ball has released and smaller ball has thrown up and they collide mid-air like this. You know this contact surface, that is the collision surface, and this is the impulsive normal reaction. And we know J equal to integral f dt. The direction of the impulse is same as the direction of the impulsive force. So if we consider only this bigger ball, the impulsive force is acting in the upward direction. That is, if we take this bigger ball as a system, the impulse on this bigger ball will be upward direction and impulse on the smaller ball will be in the downward direction. But if we take this system as a whole, we can observe here the impulse will cancel out because internal, that is, conservation of linear momentum just before and just after collision in vertical direction is applicable, because there is no external impulse acting on the system. Here is the external force, but finite nature, that is the gravitation force. We cannot compare the finite force, that is the gravitation force, with the impulsive force. In case of the collision, we discuss about only the impulsive force. That's why we can say if mid-air collision occur, the linear momentum just before collision and just after collision is conserved in the vertical direction. Now let us take one more situation, that is a collision with a spring connected to a block. You can observe this block connected with the spring is moving in the rightward direction and this ball is moving in the leftward direction, and collision occurs. If we observe the system of the block and ball, we can observe there is external force but finite nature acting on the block, that is the spring force. But we know spring force is not the impulsive force. If we talk about the impulsive force, there is only one impulsive force acting on the block, that is the normal reaction, that is the impulsive nature. So here we can say the normal reaction, this and this normal reaction is impulsive nature, and if we take this as a whole system, we can observe here there is no external impulse acting on the system. That means the linear momentum of the system just before and just after collision is conserved in the horizontal direction. But linear momentum is not conserved always. Why? Because after very short duration, this impulsive force will disappear and there will be the external force, that is the spring force, will act on the system. That time we cannot say that linear momentum will be conserved always. That's why we decided here the linear momentum just before and just after collision is conserved. Now let us take one more situation here. Here you can observe this wedge is placed on the rough horizontal surface and ball collide on the vertical face from right side like this. And you know the impulse between the vertical face and ball is impulsive nature. And we cannot have any component of this impulse in the vertical direction. That's why the normal reaction between the ground and wedge is non-impulsive and friction was non-impulsive. And if we take this as a system, ball and wedge as a system, this is the impulse acting on the system because the direction of the impulse is same as the direction of the impulsive force. So if we take this wedge and ball as a system, we can say the friction present, but it is non-impulsive. That means there is no external impulse acting on the system. That means we can conserve the linear momentum of the system just before and just after collision in horizontal direction. And also remember, this linear momentum in the horizontal direction is not always conserved because impulse will disappear just after collision. And after this, the normal rule of the conservation of linear momentum apply. Now, let us take one more situation here. You can observe. This time, this ball is colliding at the sloping surface of the wedge, which is placed on the rough horizontal surface. Let us investigate about the normal reaction and friction force again. This is the impulsive normal reaction. And we know the component of normal reaction. We have discussed this situation earlier. That's why we have placed this diagram directly. We can observe here the component of this impulse in the vertical direction also produce the impulsive normal reaction by the ground in vertical direction. That means the normal reaction between the ground and wedge is impulsive nature. That's why we have discussed this friction force is impulsive nature. Now, if we take this wedge and ball as a system, you can observe here. This is the external impulse provided by the friction. And this pair of the impulse is the internal, that will get cancelled. That means we can observe here external impulse present in the horizontal direction. And if external impulse present in certain direction, we cannot conserve the linear momentum in that direction just before and just after collision. That's why we can say here certainly we cannot conserve the linear momentum just before and just after in the horizontal direction. Now let us take a case of collision of the suspended ball with a particle. Here you can observe in the diagram, this ball is suspended with a string and this particle is going to collide with the ball. If the collision occurs at this surface, colliding surface always have the impulsive normal reaction. So normal reaction between this and this is impulsive. And this normal reaction is horizontal direction. That means we cannot have any component of this impulse in the vertical direction. That means in vertical direction, this tension is always equal to mg. And if it is finite, we can say this is non-impulsive tension force. Now, if we take this bob and this particle as a system, like this is the system. You can observe here, this impulse and this impulse is internal to the system. That means there is no external impulse acting on the system in the horizontal direction. That means we can conserve linear momentum just before and just after collision in horizontal direction. Now we discussed enough about the impulse and conservation of linear momentum in case of the collision. We learned we should apply the conservation of linear momentum just before and just after collision, and we should observe impulse acting on the system. If any impulse present in certain direction, we cannot conserve the linear momentum in that direction. Or we can simply say, in absence of the external impulse in certain direction, we can conserve the linear momentum of the system in that direction only.